Alright. Hey YouTube, it is Groot, also known as Nora, and I'm sorry my camera's flipping around everywhere. This is like my 5th take at this, because I don't feel like editing anything out. So, it's been fun. My dog has been in a lot of the cuts, and I also just cannot seem to talk today. We'll see where it goes. I just wanted to make a quick video, probably going to be like 15 minutes, but quick, whatever, about the pros and cons of having short hair as a female, and we'll just go and jump right into it. So I had a pixie cut, like an undercut. It's like Ruby Rose style up until last January, and then I shaved it all off myself. I am pretty well versed in doing fades and buzz cuts because I used to cut my ex's hair, so I would upkeep it myself. But every now and again, I would like to go get a haircut. So instead of paying like the $30 and $40 I was paying at the salon when it was so much longer, now it's like $12 because I go to the barber or Great Clips. I finally found a guy to do it like how I like he faded it. And it's really hard. I've learned to find a hairdresser that doesn't judge you necessarily for wanting short hair. Like I went in when it was like about this length all over. Sometime last summer, and she was like, well, what do you want us to do today? Like, fade it. She's like, you want to take more off? I'm like, yeah. So I actually was at the same place that I go to now, but I go to a different person, and it works for me. So the cost of upkeep is much less. I don't have to buy all this expensive conditioner to keep my hair smooth. I don't have to go through a fuck ton of shampoo all the time. Like, I've had the same bottle of shampoo for a month and a half. You cannot beat that for me. Like, so cheap. Haircuts are cheap, and if you learn to do it yourself, like I had clippers and a guard, and I've just lost them over the course of a year. Don't ask me how. I'm terrible at this. It's even easier, you know, but it's also a learning curve, and if you mess up and it's like obviously really short hair, then you're just kind of up a creek until it grows out again, unless you want to take it down skin tight, which I did do once last year, and it was fun, but it's not something I am going to do again. So on that note, it does help you with your confidence. I have like a little list over here. I didn't have one before, but here we go. I get a lot of compliments from more females than males, but a lot of compliments about how bold it makes me, and how much confidence it must take, and how brave I am. I mean, I don't understand it personally. It's just hair, but it is kind of comforting to know that there is, like, not everybody's against it. Because when you live in a semi-conservative place like Kentucky, you run into plenty of criticism about it. Which isn't all bad. You know, you learn people, and you understand where they're coming from, I guess. But overall, it's been a big confidence builder. It's not something like I can just hide behind my hair anymore. I can't just wear it down. I can't just throw it up in a bun. I can't do anything with it. It's not even a factor in my life now. TBH, my eyebrows have gotten like so much better. I know they're not perfect, and I realize that there are so many eyebrow critics out there, and like that should not be a primary focus in our life, but they have improved, and I've had a lot more fun doing my makeup without hair than I did when I had it. Like, I've tried false lashes, I've tried more bold looks, I've gotten like brighter eyeshadows, more lipstick, and I just want to do like a quick plug on this lipstick that I just got yesterday. I got it in gray, and then I bought it in red today. I am not being paid for this, but it's Maybelline lip ink, like matte lip ink, and it's like $8. And this red, which is still flawless looking, has been on here. It's $22.03 now, and I put it on at $14.00 today, and it made it through Arby's and potato chips and Mountain Dew and a lot of water. It is on there. So if you're looking for a good lipstick out there, guys and girls, I would definitely go with this one. It's great. And the gray one held on pretty tight earlier too. Like, I had a hard time getting it off using like argan oil and a makeup wipe. So anyways, moving on. Makeup, a lot more fun to do now. I do like with the big earrings, I can do like hair bands. Yeah, I can do hair bands. Oh my god. And I love putting glitter in like the sides. I just feel like it adds like this extra pop of pizzazz that I would not have done in my long hair, because one, it would have never came out, and two, hair was already long. It didn't need any more luster. But like now you put it in there and it just gives you this whole vibe of fun to me. Anyways, so there's the makeup skills. Those have improved, and I've had a lot more fun doing my makeup than I did before. I mean, granted, like I did pinup before and it was fun, but yeah. So that brings me into wigs. You can be whoever you want to be any day of the week, because you can just pop on Amazon and buy a new look. And for me, it's not as hot to wear a wig now as it was like when I had longer hair. So obviously, for me, like it just felt like I had like a whole nother layer of thermal insulation before I put that puppy on. And now I can go from long to short in a matter of 5 seconds. It's just so much easier, and I can just be anybody any day of the week that I want to be for like 10 or 15 bucks. That's not really that bad. So between the maintenance, the makeup, the confidence, the wigs, it's really great. I mean, I've saved a lot of money doing this. Switch to Geico, and I actually just like the feel of it a lot. And it's easier to dye. So much cheaper to dye, obviously. You don't have to deal with the links and all that stuff and all the extra dye. It's just quick and easy. Like when I went to bleach it before and it was longer, it took like $50, $60, $70 doing it myself, which I know is a big no-no. But now with it short, it takes me like 15 bucks and then boom, it's ash blonde. So, those are my pros. We will dive into the cons right after this break. Stale wine is the best wine ever. I really need to give this cup back to somebody. Oops. Anyways, the cons. First, there is the lackluster of options to do with your hair. If you don't want to do a wig, because it can still be a little warm and itchy, and if you get to like a more complicated process like lace fronts, then obviously you're dealing with more complicated options. You can't just go and curl your hair now. You can't just go and straighten it. You can't just go put highlights in it. You can't just throw it on top of your head or let it down and shake it all around. There is none of that. And there are sometimes just these reasons I can't comprehend that I want to just be able to like comb my hair up into like a bun and wrap it up. And I can't do that anymore. I don't know why. I guess it was like one of my tics when I was stressed to let my hair down and then put it back up. Can't do that anymore. Can't straighten it, can't curl it. There's no pin-up look. There's nothing like that. I can't experiment with bangs or anything. Kind of miss that. But I don't regret just ever cutting it short. I have a lot of fun with it. The other con, obviously, is growing it back. Coming out of this particular like length, it's probably going to take me, if I wanted to, about a year for it to get to here. And at that length, it's just like you can't do anything with it. You can't put it up. You can't. You just can't. I mean, you can do stuff. You can do braids and stuff like that, but it was always a complicated length for me to have because I've had it at that length before and it was awful. So it's going to take you that long just to get it out to there. And then you're going to have to deal with like all these weird lengths in between, which there are obviously different types of cuts that you can get to help you with that transition. And obviously it's going to slow your process down a little bit, but I think it would help you cope with the growing along the way if you just made your time a little bit longer by shaping it out as it went. So, grow out process, kind of difficult. And last but not least on our cons, we come to dating, because your girl here is single, not married. And I feel like if I were married when I did this, like single, or instead of being single, or at least in like a very committed relationship, and he was okay with me shaving my hair, obviously, I'd be a lot happier in that aspect of it. I need another drink of seriously, this lipstick is fucking amazing. And it doesn't smell weird. It just makes your lips feel kind of dry like any liquid lipstick would. Okay, I'm done. This lipstick is great. All right, I'm really done this time. So dating is difficult. Like, I'm 29. I am in college full-time, part-time, online. It depends on the semester. And right now I work 2 jobs, but usually I just have 1 job. And no kids, nothing like that. And dating is difficult. It's much harder than it was even when I shaved it off just from when it was a pixie. And even when it was a pixie, it was still like complicated enough. What I had to do was go out and find the most supreme way to make it difficult as I possibly could. Because I'm not the svelte, trim figure that I used to be. At least I'm not right now, obviously, as you can tell. And that made it hard enough because obviously the first thing that people go to on dating sites is body shaming when, well, they never really needed a reason. They just did. Like, I've been called a land cow and everything else under the freaking moon. And even when I was skinny, I got told I looked anorexic and bulimic and eat a cheeseburger. So we all know when it comes to the bodies, you just can't win on dating sites. So I went and made sure that my hair is now the new target, and it has been super fun. Now, I've had a couple of really great boyfriends over the last year who just didn't care about my hair, and I just could tell, you know, they just wouldn't care. Like, I'd go get it trimmed up, and they'd be like, oh my god, it looks great. But I'd be dating some guys and go get it trimmed up or, you know, shaped up, and they'd be like, I thought maybe you might let it grow out. And I'm like, well, you thought wrong. You know, it's that kind of thing where, like, and it was because, like, they were always like, I don't mind your short hair. No, I really like it. No, it's great. It's great. And then they would say stuff like that, or like, we were maybe thought like growing it back out. And then that lets you know that they genuinely are concerned about your hair, and they're not really genuinely into you. At least that's how I take it. Like, if you're genuinely into me, how you get me right now is how you are okay with seeing me for the rest of forever. And if you've seen me without my eyebrows or any makeup and you are still super acceptable of me, my god, you're amazing. And it's happened. It just didn't work out for whatever reason. But on the dating sites, I will get matches who explicitly match me just to ask me, why did I cut my hair short? When am I going to grow it back out? Why won't I grow it back out? Am I a feminazi? Am I actually a lesbian who clicked the wrong thing when setting up her account? And the most fun one was, I just don't know, man. It just feels like I'd be fucking my bro. And the only thing that came to my mind is, if your bro has tits and ass like me, you probably should be fucking him, because him's a her and him is fine. So, dating is a bitch. So, it's something to look forward to. If you live in like a less conservative place, then by all means, you're probably not going to have near as many issues. And I think half my problem is the type of guy that I'm attracted to is probably traditionally attracted to females who are more feminine with their long hair and their little... The girls that are on this silly meme about, it's Jedi season, you know, they wear like the little fluffy vests and leggings, little knee-high boots. That's not who I am. I mean, I tried to be that girl, but it's not. Like this, like exactly how I am right now, makeup, like green tank top, and the buzz cut, this is how I feel so beautiful and so comfortable. Like, I just feel good in this. This is great for me. And the bad part is I'm attracted to guys who are like me. Just kind of, you know, how do I put it? Like, my ex said it best, because he was like, I'm not really the normal kind of guy that you would date, but I don't know, like, I'm into tough guys, the macho types, like, cops, firefighters, vets, stuff like that. The guys who go out hunting or whatever. I don't know how to explain it. And so usually they're into like the more feminine types to balance them out, and that can complicate things a little bit. So maybe it's just me, maybe it's who I'm going after. But dating, it definitely takes a toll on you some days. And it's something I'm working with, but I feel like obviously the right person will come along and everything's going to be fine and it won't be a big deal anymore. So I'm not really hanging on to it too hard, and obviously I'm not going to take anything that some guy on Tinder says too hard. Because there's plenty of people out there that love me for me. There's plenty of people out there who've given me opportunity and love and everything that I've ever needed, and they just don't care about the hair. So I know that it's not impossible. And to those people, I am full on blessed to have in my life. I love them to death. So those are your pros and cons to dating. Oh, and one last thing is, this could go well for you or it could go really bad. Because some days I'm not a people person and I am blessed with resting bitch face. And with the short hair, it just adds it on real good. I have been perceived as intimidating a lot more since then. Because I do like to wear a lot of dark colors, ripped jeans, like leather jackets, stuff like that. And with the short hair, it's just, yeah. People say that I just look like a rigid fucking bitch. And some days I am. So it kind of works out. But if you are the type who really likes to interact with people all the time, just know that you could be at first perceived as a mean ass fucking bitch person. But like the minute they see me smile, they've always told me that. Like the minute I saw you smile though, I was like, I knew you were harmless. And I, for the most part, am. So you will be perceived as intimidating, more than likely. And you definitely will intimidate males, especially ones who are betas. Because, you know, if they see a girl with no hair, then they get all freaked out. And that's when they get defensive and start being mean about it. But if you're really considering cutting your hair, like buzzing it all off, it's something that's honestly been floating in my mind for probably 2 years before I even cut it short. So, just think about it. But the maintenance is really easy, but dating can be really hard. It depends on what you're into. So that's just something you're going to have to look forward to. But the confidence, self-discovery, and things that I've learned and experienced over this last year and a half, well, not a year and a half, but like a year and a month, are life lessons I wouldn't have learned either other way. And it's not something I would ever exchange for anything. So that is my story. I hope that maybe somebody got something out of it with all the jibber jabber. And I hope that you get to find some sale wine too, because sale wine is good for you and it's good for me. So it was good chatting with you all, and I hope everybody's still doing really great out there. I will probably post maybe a little later on sometime. If you have anything specific you want to hear me bitch about, then just comment down below. Anyways, just let me know how you're doing down there. How's everything? I hope it's all really great, because clearly we all deserve the best here. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.